Welcome back to the Just Because podcast, a podcast about all things life and cosplay. And we're here with a very special episode today. Welcome back, Danny. Danny, say hi.
Hello. Mozart says hi to you as
Mozart's
usual.
here as well. So, as you can see, myself and Danny are here, and we've got a very special episode today where we're talking about the Adelaide AVCon. So it's going to be a convention in Adelaide coming up very soon this year. So we've got two very special guests. We've got the president and the vice president of AVCon. We're going to be talking about, what's going to be there, what's in it for cosplayers, gamers, streamers, if you want to grow your brand, what's there. And we've also got a very special giveaway, so please stick around to the end of this episode so you can learn a bit more about this giveaway and how you can win it. Danny, would you like to tell us a little bit more about our special guest for today?
Yes, so we have the lovely president of AVCon, Moen, who has been going to cons since 2002 and working in events since 2011. He, quote unquote, says he's an anime gaming fan since the early 90s, so let's go. Big time fan. We also have our vice president of AVCon, Vicky, who's been going to cons since 2009 and working for AVCon since 2021. She also used to cosplay, which is super cool. Let's go.
Yeah. So welcome, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Very nice to be here, guys.
Thank you for
having us.
Oh, thanks for coming. We managed to line up the time zones and everything. It's pretty exciting. First things first, between either of you, why should anyone go to AVCon? Because most people listening in, they'd be from East Coast, and maybe there's a few people from Perth or even from overseas, but AVCon in particular, Adelaide, why? What's the draw? Why should we be going to AVCon this year?
Wow, so AVCon is actually the oldest anime and gaming event in Australia. So we started in 2002, way before a lot of other events started. It was obviously a university club anime event, like a lot of the stuff was in those days, and a club run. And I think we've managed to keep that vibe over the years. It's grown exponentially. Obviously now we're 10,000 plus people in large exhibition halls, but we try to keep the feeling of those old school anime university club events. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
So it's a way of coming to an event and feeling at home, feeling a community, feeling like an anime and gaming fan that's just there to watch some anime, play some games, and meet some other people that kind of share your interests.
That's really fun. What's your favorite part about it, personally, for each of you?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Ooh, actually, so we have a lot of programming, and we have a lot of programming that we run every year. So people are like always hyped for it. And one of the things that we've run for years now, I think it started as a thing where they would do like Australian Pizza House orders as well, which is really crazy. Is our quiz night. And so always really hyped for quiz night that we have in some capacity. But we also, I think that's one of my favorites, but I also really, really love our cosplay competition. It's always been ginormous. Now we have multi-tiers. We've had it for like 2 years. So we have 2 cosplay competitions. So it's extra cool. Cosplay. I love it.
Yes.
That's cool.
Probably my favorite event, though, is a sort of new event. It's the AVCon After Dark, which is essentially AVCon for adults. So it's a Saturday night event. So if you're home during Saturday, you got to work, you got to do yard work, you got to take your kids to a birthday party or sport or whatever, and you can't make AVCon, then you can come on Saturday night. There are no kids around, no families around. You can grab a beer, sit down and play some games, watch some panels where people aren't, got to stick to family-friendly concepts, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on. So AVCon for adults is probably my favorite part of the event at the moment.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love that. I was just really curious as well. How can the community get involved with AVCon? Because I know a lot of people love being part of the AVCon world. I know you mentioned there's some panels you can see, performances to watch, competitions. Is there anything else you guys would like to add on to those things?
Yeah, so there's many different levels you can get involved in. So obviously we have our AV Connection Discord server. So you can come and just chat to us, like chat about anime, games, cosplay, J-pop, whatever you want. Like Vicky and I are in there, so a lot of the other committee members. You can just come and chat to us. You can get involved with some of the stuff we put on. Like we've got the AVCon ball coming up.
Nice.
Like Vicky mentioned, we're going to hopefully have the quiz night. You can read all about our theme and kind of just get hyped about sort of the story we put on to coincide with the AVCon event. You can go to our website, check out the history of AVCon, see the immense history that this event has had. You can go to YouTube, just look up AVCon, see all the user-generated content for the last 22 years. If you're sort of the more professional level, though, you have an Instagram page, you run a YouTube channel, you do Twitch streaming, you can apply to become an AVCon creator. So it's a sort of very typical creator program. As long as, you're making cool stuff and trying hard, you can get a free pass and come along to AVCon and help us sort of promote and be part of the vibe.
And that's new for this year, isn't it? I remember it wasn't... you guys didn't have creator passes last year, so it's really exciting.
Danny, you went last year too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I really loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I think it was just so much easier to, chat with everyone. It wasn't like I was suffocating, but it was like a good crowd at the same time. It's good vibes. But yeah, the creator thing is super cool that you guys have brought on.
Now, you guys have been running the show
of that media pass, which
Media pass.
Yeah.
I think, we have a media pass, but it was always a little bit more stuffy, I think. Definitely a lot of people were like, oh, I have to be some sort of established, news channel or journalist. But nah, this year we've kind of wanted to bring that down to a creator and kind of open it up to a lot of people from different streams. So
I've actually noticed that with the creator pass, you guys have been releasing, creators in waves. So it's like, oh, here's like 6 to 9 people that we're featuring for this week, and then I think the next week it's another 6 to 9 people, which is something I find quite unique and interesting because a lot of, I guess, other conventions around Australia, they do that, but to a much, much smaller degree. So it's like, oh, he will have like 1 or 2 like really featured people. I think PAX might be something that's slightly similar, which will have like, oh, here's some creator content, but we're not going to put them on our socials, not going to feature them. It's like, oh, here, you're a creator, go and run free. But what's just in regards to the media pass, we said it felt a bit stuffy. What was the mindset behind creating this creator pass specifically, where it's obvious that, you're wanting to get more of the community involved, get them interested in the event? What was the mindset that kind of led to creating something like this? And if you're still interested in it, can people still apply for Creator Pass? Tell us
they can still definitely apply for not too much longer. The actual reaction we've had to it has been immense. We expected 10, 20 people maybe would be interested. We got to the point now where we're like, oh, should we be capping this? Like,
wow.
We're going to have like several hundred creators at this rate. So... But hopefully by the time this goes out, it'll still be open, but maybe not. Actually, that maybe.
So this will drop. Hey guys, if you're listening, today is May 19. So
hello future.
Hello future. Yeah. So I don't know. When's the Creator Pass open till? Is it open till end of?
Oh, it does have like I said, it has an official end date on the form, but it's been so successful that we might have to maybe close it earlier.
Interesting. Okay.
A little stressful. But we weren't actually, I think, expecting such a big love for it. Last year we did a more experimental thing. So we worked with Adelaide Twitch community. Cool. And they wanted to have a booth at our event just so they could have constant live streaming going on. So they streamed during our general event and they also streamed during our After Dark event. Nice. They were raising money for Game on Cancer, which we love. And, after that, we were like, wow, that was really fun. So we actually got talking with Adelaide Twitch community, particularly Scott and Nick. And they were awesome at helping us kind of create this creator program. Because I think a lot of people definitely don't think of Adelaide as a creator hub. I think you normally think like Melbourne with PAX and, with DreamHack, rest in peace. But, it's interesting seeing just how much love we've been getting, especially from interstate. We do want to highlight Adelaide, but we also would love more people to come in and see Adelaide in our event proper. So,
have you had a lot of
smart having it?
Yeah, have you had a lot of interest from both creators or businesses apply to become part of AVCon this year in particular? Or
we have, like last year, obviously. it was a bit of a transition year for us last year because obviously Vicky and I came on board for the first time as president, vice president. We're just coming out of COVID, obviously. There was a gap in COVID where we didn't run AVCon for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We changed venue. Traditionally, we're at the Adelaide Convention Centre, which a lot of people associated as like AVCon. For various reasons, we moved venues to the Adelaide Showgrounds. And so, yeah, we put on this event. And it had, don't get me wrong, it had like a lot of interest. But compared to this year, like we ran last year's event, people seemed to like it. And then this year, the floodgates just opened. We had a 70% increase in artists, 30% increase in interstate vendors. Obviously, we've done the creator program and we've got literal hundreds of people signing up. We have done a host application. A big thing we used to do at AVCon was have a host team to run stage events.
Yeah.
So we
I noticed
and
that.
like half of the applicants are from Melbourne for some reason.
Interesting.
They
Yeah.
love that stuff. Like, and I think the fact that you guys have brought in the creator stuff and the hosting definitely is going to bring you more interstate like creators. Like they love that stuff. They're like, yes, let me get involved.
Yeah.
So that's really
So-
cool. I think it was very
so,
smart
like-
on your guys' end.
Yeah, like Vicky was saying, the Creator Pass kind of grew a little bit out of the Media Pass, which was a legacy thing where we used to have, the local newspaper, but it was just a local group in Adelaide who did something cool, kind of approach us and just say, hey, we do this kind of cool thing in Adelaide. Wouldn't it be cool if we did it at your event? And we kind of just went, yeah, that would be cool. And that's actually how a lot of content at AVCon kind of gets off the ground is either we'll find or people will come to us and just say, I do something cool. I would love to do this cool thing at your event. And we say, yes, definitely. Like, that would be cool. Is there an audience for it? Is it going to generate profit? Probably not. Who knows? Maybe. But like, we think that's really cool. So yeah, let's go for it. And a lot of the times, like, the community like bands together and loves it, and it becomes a staple part of the event. So that's kind of what happened here is, yeah, these streamers came and ran a little booth tucked in the corner last year, and now we have a streamer stage, a creator program, hundreds of people around the country flying down to see Adelaide. Yeah, that's sort of just how it happens.
You heard it from the man himself. We've been talking about this for a couple of podcasts now, Danny, about quite literally, we're talking about like reaching out and collaborating and creating opportunities for yourself. And one of the things that we have constantly been saying like a broken record is like, oh, if you guys want to have an opportunity for yourself, you want to get involved, you want to grow your brand, it doesn't come from just post cool cosplay and hope people see it. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
Just you reach out to organizations, to businesses, to places like AVCon and say, hey, I've got this
Don't
cool
be
idea.
afraid.
What do you think?
Yeah.
And that's really
We
cool
really
that
wanna
you've had
break that
things
boundary.
that benefit both them and yourself, because now they've got a platform that grows and you've got a cool platform that is a cool feature of the event, which people love to see and be part of. So everyone wins, which is great.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because I've been going to conventions for so long, I know it's different for everyone. Like, everyone has their first convention.
Yeah.
And, everything is brand new. Everything is amazing.
Yes.
And then you have people like me who have been attending conventions for 20 plus years. We've kind of seen a lot of stuff. So I'm always very interested in having something new to say that my event has. Like a new
Yeah, it's
idea, a
exciting.
new content, a new concept. So definitely, like, if you do anything that you think is cool, definitely get in contact with events like in your area or in the country. There's a good chance that people will be interested in what you have to say and what you have to do. And especially like not-for-profit volunteer-run events like AVCon is and like Smash is and like some of the others are. We're looking for community. We're looking for like working together with people just for the sake of having fun doing it.
Yeah.
It's really
No,
cool.
I love that.
Well, both yourself and you too, Vicky, are there any things at AVCon that you can say, yes, that was my idea, or I helped introduce this to AVCon? Is there any events that we can look forward to?
Yeah,
that,
I'm curious.
We can walk by and be like, oh, so this was Vicky's idea, right? I see. Is there anything like that we should
I
look
feel
out
like we lucked out. Obviously, coming back from COVID, we did have a 2023 event, but it was quite, pulled back. We didn't have as much
Yeah.
stuff as we used to. I think Moen and I, as soon as we got in, we brought back everything we could. So we brought back the AMD competition. We brought back anime screenings. We love our AMDs. We've got the
I love
competition
that.
now live by the time this podcast is
Is it
out.
is that a thing
cool.
again now? The AMV competition is back.
Yeah, we brought everything back. We
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
fan fiction. Bring it back.
Oh my god, you really are
gosh.
90s kids. I see this.
We were like, we got to bring back
think-
all the
yeah.
classics that we
Yep.
loved
Yes.
at AVCon
That's it.
earlier.
I
There's,
love
there's a
that.
lot of stuff, that we can't really claim that we came up with this idea.
But we brought it back.
But
You brought it back.
Yeah,
But there's a lot about early AVCon and early anime convention stuff that we think should be part of it. So we brought back a lot of stuff. That was probably, things like the arcade. Like we have an arcade set up at AVCon where we have rhythm machines and old arcade games. I know that there's been arcades at events before, but not at AVCon for a while. So that came back. We got a workshop room where people can, learn to draw or learn to color or learn to craft leather or...
That's cool.
Um,
Like a
Yeah.
camera
Something
that
that came
points
back.
down and everything. It's very elaborate.
Ooh.
Yeah. I remember the little headsets you guys had last year as well, so that people could actually focus and listen properly to what panels were going on at workshops.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
that was
the-
pretty
They're
smart.
coming back this
One of
year.
the
We love
joys
those.
of having... One of the joys of running your event in what is essentially just one huge, room. And then you invite a Japanese metal band to perform. It poses some challenges.
That was cool. I remember that. That was awesome. I was actually curious because you guys were talking about how you're bringing back a lot of, things from the past. Is there anything that you guys are working towards bringing to AVCon maybe in the future years? Like, is there any big goal you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
any
we really want to work
ideas?
towards bringing this in?
Or any
yeah, I'm really
collabs
curious.
that you guys are like, oh, we need to collab these people.
dreams.
Well, what are some goals?
Yeah.
What are some goals you guys are shooting for?
Yes. Yeah, please let me know.
Oh, wow.
Actually, you know what one of mine is? And I think Moen will also go. So back in the day, cons, all the local cons for all the different states, would sometimes run events at other cons. So what was it? Smash used to run a karaoke room at AVCon, super
That's
early.
fun.
I would love
cool.
Really?
for
Yeah.
that stuff to come back. Also, because I just
That's
don't want to run a karaoke
cool.
room, but I want karaoke.
Yeah.
So is it karaoke
Yeah.
specifically, or just the collab with Smash in some respects?
I think
A little bit of
the
karaoke.
collab with events is... I guess...
Yeah, both are
a little
different.
bit of karaoke.
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
know
the collab.
the guys from Tasmania they had a signature event which was Cosplay Mystery Date.
Oh,
they used to-
my gosh.
They used to bring that and run that at other events around the country. So a lot of other events had an event that they were known for that they would come
Interesting.
and run at other events.
Okay.
That's so cool. I like that. That's a great way for cons to work together with promoting each other too, I reckon. Bringing something unique to each other's cons. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cute.
What was the
We
AVCon
should
specialty when you went to other
Quiz night.
quiz nights? Okay.
yeah.
Also,
AVCon
We
quiz
used
after
to-
nights.
I
parties,
remember-
apparently.
Pasta party.
Unofficially,
After-
the
After party.
that.
After party.
I thought you said pasta party. I'm
so-
like, oh, that sounds amazing
Yeah,
too.
I
With the
Pasta as
fettuccine
well.
and the
Oh,
spirals.
please.
We're like,
Oh,
hello.
bellissimo.
Oh
I
no!
love that.
Our signature event for 2026 has been leaked.
Pasta
Oh,
party.
hey, look, you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
So I remember back in the early days, 2004 or 5, going across to Manifest in Melbourne
Yep.
and running quiz night type things. That was what AVCon used to sort of be known for.
That's cute.
That's
I
fun.
like that.
Well,
yeah.
Well, so you guys talked a little bit about different competition. Actually, tell us about the competitions. What kind of competitions or performances can we expect to see at AVCon? You mentioned a cosplay competition before.
So
what
we
else
have
we
got?
cosplay. We have two. It's one cosplay competition, but it's split into two. So we definitely have a very tiered competition.
Cool.
But this is probably Vicky. You're probably much better at explaining this sort of thing as an ex cosplayer.
I'll
I
dip
just don't
in.
understand
I'll
some of
dip
this
in.
stuff.
So we actually, one of the things we brought back when we came into Power was we really enjoyed skits a lot in cosplay competitions. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea.
Yep.
But with our
Yep,
cosplay
yep.
competition, we actually were like, we want to see, skits. We want to see groups rewarded as well, just as much as we reward our
We want to see
individuals.
people being very cringy. That's
And
what
that
we
we
want.
want people to love it. So
Yes.
we brought back a few things like skit and group, but we worked with our cosplay team to introduce more tiers. So we have a novice tier, we have an intermediate tier, and a master's tier.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
There's very particular criteria for each, but I believe masters is actually open to anyone that just feels like they can prove themselves, which I think is really
Yeah,
exciting.
nice.
You don't have to have like
That's
7
cool.
different competitions under your belt to apply for masters. You just got to show up, and it's really great.
Yeah.
So we have our cosplay competition, and we actually, because it's just so many categories, we run it over 2 days. So on Saturday we have
wow.
our novice, intermediate, and group, and then on Sunday we have our masters and our skit. A little bit of buffer, so
Okay.
you have all the wow, that's
course.
so fancy, and then you have to watch a skit, and you're like,
yeah.
what? We also do have some more casual stuff like our cosplay parade, which is a little less.
It's really
A
cute.
little less
Intimidating.
overwhelming for people, yeah. So if you just want to
Yeah.
get some cool photos of
Just
your
strut your
cosplay,
stuff.
you can go there. We also do a kids
Yeah.
cosplay because I started cosplay when I was
Ooh.
like 13, so
I saw
Wow.
that. It's so cute.
And I remember
I like you guys do
try
that.
to compete with like full-on adults and being like, oh man.
Yeah. This sucks. Yeah.
Come on, man.
So we
yeah.
have a kids cosplay that's open up for entrants under 15, and some of the stuff we've seen there. There was one year we had a Miku Hatsune that was just fully crocheted, and the little girl did it, and I was like,
Whoa.
Aw, that's really cool.
That's amazing.
and we also have
wow.
I remember that.
we have some more stuff as well. Like we like to have our creative competitions, so we've got our art competitions, our fanfic competitions, our AMV
Nice.
competition we love.
AMBs.
But
I'm
the
keen
cool
for
thing
the
is,
AMVs.
because of AVCon After Dark, so we have obviously a free draw art competition and a fanfic competition, but we also have a 18 plus art and fanfic competition.
Oh my god.
So- Hear
that, guys?
That's
Hear
so
that?
fun.
So if you're really, really good at drawing smut or, writing saucy shipping fan fiction
This is the
between your
place for you.
favorite
Yeah,
characters,
this
this is the place you
Do
could
they
win.
read it on stage?
It is
Do
read out
we
on
get to read it on stage?
Right out.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Can we read
would
an
be so
excerpt
funny.
of like, all right, guys, we're here to present the winner of the smut competition.
Just read out this
Yeah.
filthy 2,000
Yeah.
words.
Just
we
Yes.
all right,
That would be great.
I think that would be. Yeah,
I think that'd be
let's
fun.
do it.
let's do it.
You guys
That would be
win.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Could-
we've
could
decided
we-
it now.
Could we present that? We'd be honored if we could just present that award. Just that
We're gonna
one.
present the
Yeah, you're gonna
smut.
come on
Just
the
the
stage,
smut.
and then we're gonna be like,
Hey
just
guys,
wanted to
we're here to read
present
some
the
filthy
smuttiest
smut to
fanfic
you.
award.
This is
Yeah.
award-winning smut. So
$200.
Oh
but-
my gosh. I could.
So that's. We also this year have we haven't really come up with a appropriate title for it, but essentially it's the After Dark Cosplay Parade,
okay.
Ooh, okay.
where it's not going to be a full competition because we're not going to like insist on build books or percentage
Yeah.
made or prejudging. It's going to be a very open and loose kind of thing. So there will be prizes for like I think our host CC Viper, a famous cosplayer, is going to be hosting. We'll probably judges choice, host choice, maybe a crowd reaction.
That's
but
fun.
I like
it is
that.
it is sort of a no holds barred, like if whatever you kind of want to dress as, like whatever you kind of want to do, whether it be a little bit flirty, a little bit violent, a little bit spooky, whatever
floats your
wouldn't
boat.
wear. if you kind of wouldn't wear it to like a normal convention during the day, but you can come and wear it after dark and get on stage and maybe win a prize for it.
So
Sounds
cool.
fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm keen for the sauce. All the
Sauce. Danny, does anyone, Danny, you included, do you guys have a costume ready for After Dark? Because we're all going to be going to it. That's what it is.
We have
It's not ready, but I'm
love
making
that.
You're
it.
making it.
do it.
Yeah.
Because like I think even Moen and I were like, do we just dress up? Because it's like After Dark is one of the more.
Yes.
I think it's the most relaxed thing for any of the organizers at AVCon. Like we legit got to
Yes.
sit down last year, and that was very fun. I was like,
Yeah.
Wow.
sitting down,
Cool
that's
thing is-
watching a
nice.
stage show.
All,
Unheard of. Unheard
all the
of.
fires we put out during AVCon, when it gets to Saturday night, they've mostly been ironed out. So, like,
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah, I think we did talk about maybe cosplaying at After Dark.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
Yeah.
yes, please.
I think it's a fun thing because we normally
I must-
we do allow cosplay for all of our teams because we're all
Yeah.
volunteers. So like, it feels really rude to just go, oh, by the way, you're working this event, don't get to experience any of it.
No.
No,
You're volunteering
I love that
here
you
to
guys
work.
get to cosplay. Yeah, no
Yeah,
fun.
no fun allowed.
But also, if you are planning to come to After Dark, you can just wear any costume. We're not expecting you to wear anything out there. Like if you just want to dress up like your normal anime character to After Dark, that's very cool as well.
Yeah, I like that.
No pressure,
Oh my gosh,
but
I'm so excited.
everyone gets saucy. That's the point.
Yes, I'm hoping I'll bring you Malice to After Dark. Hopefully, if I get it done in time.
It'll be
It'd be
exciting.
really cool.
I'm really excited to see what the
Yeah.
stream booth is going to be like at After Dark because
Yeah.
we're working out
Me
what
too.
content is going to go
I
there
don't
right
know.
now. So I'm like, ooh.
If
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah.
maybe just to expand. So last year, like we mentioned before, we had basically it was just a regular 3x3 booth that we gave to the Adelaide Twitch streamers to run, but it was very popular. So this year we have it's going to be a stage with a PC setup and then a couple of other streaming booths. We're calling it the AVCon Streamcast stage.
That's fun.
that's so smart. Okay.
So yeah, for the entirety of AVCon, so that's like AVCon Day and After Dark, and both days, we're gonna have I think 3 at a time, different streamers streaming, and yeah, one's on a stage, so you can come sit down and watch some gaming action, but it's not just gaming. I think we've got someone doing Tetris speedrunning potentially. Someone
Okay.
maybe
Tetris
doing.
speedrun.
I love it.
I think some
That's cool.
Bit of pinball.
Guys,
some
I love
body
that.
painting.
Did you see that long 1x4 block in Tetris go straight down that hole? That's After Dark
that's
content
so
right there.
funny.
Oh,
I love
delicious.
that. Tetris gets so intense though. Oh my god.
It does, but
And it
So steamy.
and yeah, After Dark as well. So we've got Artist Alley, obviously a staple of anime conventions, but at After Dark, the Artist Alley becomes what we call Midnight Lane.
that's where they bring out the good stuff.
Yes.
And they,
I've seen
and-
some
yep.
stuff in that
We were-
lane. Oh my
we
gosh.
were actually quite surprised last year. Like, not every artist that signed up to be at After Dark did sort of the more spicy stuff, but some did.
Yeah.
They went crazy.
I did see
and
some.
Love it.
They
Yeah.
went crazy. You would walk down the Artist Alley and you would just see like 20 people
Everything.
crowded around one booth, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And
You're like,
get closer and
I see.
and you'd see
yeah.
and you'd see all the stuff like
Everyone's horny at heart. They just
Yeah.
don't want to say it in the
I
daytime.
love it. I
yeah
love
that,
it.
that's
Yes.
that's the thing behind After Dark.
awesome.
It's like everyone's, if you're into sort of the anime gaming fandom, there's a good chance that you've come across and been into a little bit of the old spicy artwork.
Everyone's
They go
horny
hand
for
in
anime
hand.
girls,
Yeah.
all right? You go
Yeah.
to an anime
Yes, we
convention,
love the
they know what they're
good
there for. They just
anime
don't say it
girls.
out loud. After Dark,
Yeah.
it gives them a
one
safe
thing we sort of
Yes.
noticed last year,
Goon
we
hours.
kind of expected that a lot of the artists would draw like the curvy anime ladies in various state of dress, and they did, but that wasn't the biggest.
There's a
That
lot of
wasn't the
yaoi.
biggest artwork.
Wasn't the
and that wasn't
guys.
the biggest consumer.
Yes.
It was buff men.
Yeah.
with,
naked.
buff
Yes,
men
yes.
or not so buff men
Yeah.
touching
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
all sorts of
intimately.
men.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What?
And that's
and it was a lot of our female audience that was seemingly the main
Yeah.
consumer for a lot of the After Dark Midnight Lane artwork, which
Yeah.
surprised me because by stereotype you would think, oh, it's just all the horny guys, but it
we are
wasn't.
just as bad. We are just as bad.
But
I think-
so it went.
No, I was just going to say, because I'm just thinking about the demographic of people who do go to conventions. Would you say it's about 50-50, guys to girls?
Yeah, we do collect that sort of data,
Okay.
ages and
I think
genders
there's a
and
preference
identifications
for-
and all that sort of stuff.
Feminine, actually.
And yeah, like
Interesting.
it's not by a large margin, but yeah, we do skew slightly female at AVCon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I could
the
see
girls are drawing for the girls. They know who their audience is. I think the guys who are drawing for an open audience, I'm not sure how that would be seen.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, so
I'm
last
just- I'm
year
just
it
thinking.
kind of
I'm just thinking, it's like, okay, if you're an artist, if you're an artist, Moen, say you're an artist and you were drawing
that's a
ladies.
stretch.
You're drawing ladies, right? You'd be like, oh, who's this guy drawing ladies? But if you were like, oh, Danny drawing men, you'd be like, oh, it's Danny. It's just Danny. You know?
I get that.
I think that's the kind of stereotype that I'm thinking of for After Dark, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why we see
So-
more muscle men and twinks in After Dark.
Yeah,
Anyway,
But
just a thought.
last year, obviously, being the first time we did it. This year, obviously, I think the word has spread about the After Dark
Cool.
Artist Alley. So
amazing.
we're expecting, hopefully, a lot more people to sort of. We have heard from a lot of artists that have said, "Oh yeah, After Dark last year was cool. I'm going to work on some special
Content.
like
Special.
FW." So
Yes.
it should be, and even some of our vendors. Last year, obviously, it's a lot of artists already. Like, let's be honest, if you're an artist, people have tried to commission you for naughty
Things.
artwork. But some of the vendors, we told them about the concept, and a lot of them did stay open for extra trading hours. But we have heard from some of our vendors that like they're gonna bring the special merchandise for After Dark this year.
Yes.
So
I love it.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if really there's anything in Australia at the moment like this. I know when you look at
No.
conventions in the US, a lot of them go later, and a lot of there are some events that skew to the more naughty side of anime fandom. But I don't know how much in Australia there is this
There's
sort of
not
event.
much.
So.
That's a
I
very
don't
good point.
I think
Yeah.
AVCon's the only one at the moment. Yeah. Because some cons have died out and not every con does it. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure AVCon is the only one at the moment that has an After Dark. Yeah.
Kind
Like, I
of
always
18 plus
found-
Like I
thing.
said-
I
Yeah.
always found PAX was really great in terms of late night content, just because the Friday and Saturday go till 11, and I always loved
that's
the
right.
comfy vibe of some of those like late night PAX panels. So it's fun to see that, but more for anime,
Yeah.
which like we definitely
Yeah.
noticed last year with some of our late night panels.
And like, don't get us wrong, like it's not a full on sex event. Like,
No.
if you're not interested in that sort of thing and you just want to come to an event, Saturday
Just
night,
be unhinged, respectfully.
Yeah,
you just want to sit there and play some, trading card games with a beer and your
Yeah.
mate. You don't
That's
have to
right,
sort
there's
of
the
like
bar.
indulge in, so we do have alcohol service. We do have our video game and board game sections open running. There's some different content, but
we can have like our
Yeah.
MA
Yeah,
15 plus fighting games, which is always fun.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you can't show this during the daytime.
Yeah,
No, that's not
like,
allowed.
What's the blood? R18.
Yeah, there may be some Dead or Alive beach volleyball running.
Oh,
Oh my
But-
gosh.
But if you just want to come with some mates and just grab a drink and just play some games, you can definitely do that. It's not all about the anime titty girls or anything.
but it also
love
is.
that.
So
But also is.
It also is.
very
So.
much is. And
But it's so time.
so we've got a drawing panel for After Dark. One of our local Adelaide creators is going to take us through the art of adding content spice to scenes. So if you ever want to learn how to draw some sort of more adult artwork, there's a panel.
That's cool.
We're going to have a panel on the sort of more adult side of content creation in terms of if you're a cosplay model that or want to get into sort of modeling that's maybe a little bit more. We're going to have a panel on that.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And it's sort of
That's
all
so
capped
cool.
off by a local Adelaide producer called Starling Strix. Is going to produce a burlesque aerial circus fire drag comedy
yeah, wow.
Oh,
extravaganza.
cool.
12 different acts
Nice.
that are all anime and gaming inspired. So, with cosplay, but it's, it went off last year.
They're so talented.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
The fire
Like
tricks?
superheroes on a pole and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's really cool. I'm really keen for all that. Oh man, when you're talking about the drawing side of things, I just pictured it'd be so funny to see having some artist alley people on stage and they have to try and draw some smut blindfolded. I reckon that would look absolutely cooked.
Oh.
I would love
That was an
That-
idea. We actually we were talking the other day about doing like a mature smutty iron artist on stage.
That would be
It's-
so good.
It might be still something we do. Like
Yeah. it'd be
the sky's
fun.
the limit with an event like this. Anything
Yes.
your imagination can concoct. It's very probable we'll do that.
Yeah.
Did you have many people, I guess, in the same way that they approached the day event? Did you have many people from interstate or anything like that approach you about the After Dark event specifically?
Probably not specifically. The problem with After Dark is it is only a 4-hour block on Saturday night. Right. People will probably come into state for an event that lasts the entire weekend, but
of course, because
After Dark is only 4 hours, we did have some that wanted to come over for the entire weekend and would mention, I could do some After Dark stuff as well, but I don't think there was anyone who specifically just wanted to come do something for After Dark.
I'd be interested to see how many artists may have gone, I'm going to apply for AVCon, but because I've heard they've got a spicy After Dark session.
Spicy section?
Yeah, because we did, I think, see a really big influx of people opting in for it. So it is an opt-in and opt-out for our exhibitors and artists if they want to show off anything during there, or if they would rather just close up their booth. We understand not everyone is into it, so...
Not everyone wants to spend 12 hours at their artist alley table selling stuff.
Yeah, or something.
They might want to actually join.
I know there is a time between... Yeah, I know you guys, you have a bit of a time slot between the end of the con and After Dark so that you can block off parts of the con and set things up. So that's good at least. Just quickly, what do you guys want the community to bring to AVCon this year? What would you like to see more of the community bringing to AVCon, or getting involved wise, or just in general?
I love panels. I think, Vicky, we love panels. So we do seek out content. So we will go. I have a family friend who used to run a special effects company in Adelaide, doing a lot of old adverts that people will probably, I guess maybe not these days, but they're as old as I am, recognize. And together with SA Film, I actually did a series of Ultraman.
Okay,
back in cool. So I reached out to see if he would come and do a talk at AVCon about his experience making a series of Ultraman in Adelaide.
That's cool.
So content like that, but I also really love just members of the public wanting to do a panel
or a performance
on why this is their favorite waifu, what they think the One Piece is, why you should ship Sasuke and I don't know
Naruto.
Sasuke and Naruto, straight up.
I love people just coming and doing really specific fan panels on whatever they're interested in. So I would love for more members of the public just to think of a panel idea, just something they're passionate about that they want to sit there for an hour and talk about. Come and apply at AVCon to do that. I would love to see more of that.
Just on that note,
wonderful.
Just on that note, I see you guys have got a huge focus on if you guys are creative or in some capacity, please come and apply. So it's cosplay of any tier. There's AMVs, there's there's panels, there's workshops. And just to that note too, you kind of just talked about it just very briefly there, but when people are applying for, getting involved in these things, is there anything specifically that you're actually looking out for that would say, yes, that's kind of what we want here? Because, obviously people apply to different things at different cons, hoping to be accepted, but obviously there's usually more applicants than positions. So in your eyes, what are you guys looking for when it comes to people applying for things?
Yeah,
I think I'm just looking to see the passion behind it.
Okay.
If you're passionate about something, that's a good 60-70% of selling me on it.
Okay.
It really sticks out. One of the things we found during our creator application reviews was we had a section that said, why do you want to do this? And it was really lovely to just read through the amount of work people put into just talking about how passionate they are and their creations and stuff. Yeah. So I think we can really feel that, especially with panel and workshop and performance applications, when they give us, a bio about where they've started and what they're doing and what they want to do.
Definitely if you were a creator that had 100,000 followers and you applied and you just said, well, I'm a big time influencer, I've got all these followers, I'd like to come to AVCon because I'm big and popular. But then you had a guy who has 5 followers, and his, why do you want to be at AVCon was just, full of passion. like, oh my God, I would be so honored. I would go out of my way to make as much content. I would put your event in a good light. I would fly over and I'll live stream and make 6 videos. And I'm just really, 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 really want to do this. Like, I'd go with a guy with 5 followers every day of the week.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's so nice. Is there, just quickly, in the same topic, is there anything you would like maybe creators to be more aware of in terms of, because I'm assuming obviously you guys check everyone that applies. Are there any red flags with creators, like things that they post or anything that you're like, oh, maybe not, you're not the one for AVCon?
Yeah. Any red flags, any green flags? What do we look out for in general?
Yeah.
Oh, and this was obviously our first year doing it, so we were a little unsure of kind of just feeling it out in the dark.
Of course. We get stuff vibes at this point, so.
Yeah. I guess if we opened your application and, you know, you had a Twitch or a YouTube channel and, you know, it was just all the same game. You know, you just played the same game over and over and, you know, we watched your video and you know, didn't really talk or, you know, I guess...
There's like no person.
Specifically. No personality, no... But then again, if you're playing the same game like a speed run, or you know you're trying to master it, and we could feel that. Yeah, I don't really think there's a red flag.
It was just good seeing activity. Like obviously we can't really review much if there is nothing there.
Nothing to review.
Yeah.
I think there was one creator that we clicked on their Twitch channel or whatever, and all we found was just a notice that said, "I have stopped because of life events. I've stopped doing anything." And we went, okay, that's probably not.
It's like, oh, you're not doing this anymore.
Yeah. I guess maybe check that your stuff's not set to private. There were a couple where we just click on their account and it would just say, this is set to private.
That's always hard when it's like, this game doesn't work.
That's interesting.
Make sure your links work,
Optimizing your profile, guys.
I guess another thing, we have something called the Indie Games Room, which has been a long-standing part of... We were the first event in Australia to have like a showcase of locally developed video games.
Yeah.
So like, if you make games anywhere in Australia, it's a free thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
New Zealand. So it's free. Like if you apply and you have a game in production, we will give you space, TV, chairs, tables, backing boards to show it off.
That's so cool.
We are sort of doing, we actually, AVCon has a big tabletop focus now. That's something that has grown in the last couple of years to be almost as big as the video game section. So we hopefully have a few locally developed board games this year. But we do have, board gaming. You can come in and learn to play board games. Trading card games, if you've ever wanted to get into like Magic or any of those things. We're going to have competitions and play, but also like learn to play.
Yep.
Same with tabletop wargaming. If you've ever seen those little plastic soldiers in shops and gone, that looks interesting, but I just don't know what it is. Again, learn to play. Dungeons and Dragons. We have a whole bunch of tables with Dungeons and Dragons, so you can spend an hour doing a little, even just for fun, if you're a veteran player or if you've never played before but are interested.
I saw you guys have the Game Master applications as well, which is pretty cool. I'm like, I like that you guys are getting the community to help out with that side of things.
It's so awesome. Good. We get like a whole bunch of different games as well. It's not just going to be D&D. I think we had like Avatar. Like the recent
that's so fun.
So I was like,
the Avatar RPG. Oh my god.
That looks fun.
We do have something maybe very big planned for our tabletop section, but I'm not sure if it's something.
I think that's actually a secret.
We can talk about yet.
We can announce that later. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So
if we liked hiring the card games.
If you're really big in TCG, keep an eye on AVCon socials and other news outlets in the coming weeks for something potentially bigger. We got a big plan, so keep an eye on that.
Promotional cards, people. Who knows? That sounds exciting. Are you guys specifically individually into anything like that? TCGs, tabletop games, role playing, video games in particular. Like, what are your fandoms? What are your main fandoms at this point, guys? Like,
wow,
how do we appeal to AVCon?
I've dabbled in most things across my life. I don't really get time to do much anymore. Like I haven't touched a card or a little plastic man in a good couple of decades. I still play the odd video game. I still watch the odd anime series.
Still keeps up with One Piece.
Not as
Still
much
keeps
as
up
I
with One
once
Piece.
did. I've been watching One Piece since 2001. It's the one
love
thing that kind of
that.
keeps me anchored to anime, I guess.
A big commitment.
I love it. I love it.
I'm finding that
Impressed.
there seems to be an ongoing theme of people who grew up in the 90s or earlier, and they said, "Oh, you know, I don't really do much anime or anything anymore." But the one thing that they still hang on to is One Piece.
Yeah.
It just seems
It's
to be
hard
the
'cause I-
one thing.
So true.
New series, not doing it. One Piece.
I remember getting involved in when I was still in high school, which is like going back to like 1998, 99, discovering the Adelaide Anime Club, which sort of
that's
AVCon grew out of, and that was sort of the era of the big Shonen 3, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece.
Yeah.
And
Holy Trinity.
I liked all three of them, and I kind of resonated more with One Piece than I think a lot of people at the time did. But like I definitely got into One Piece like very early on. And it's just that sort of thing that's just been rock solid. Like obviously Naruto, Bleach ended and new series took their place, which all ran and ended. One Piece is just there for you.
Just through all the hard
Right.
times, One Piece
And
is
it's-
there.
And it's one of those things because I've been reading obviously the manga week to week, and there is actually some I remember sitting in a waiting room the night my son was born, reading a chapter of One Piece. I remember running stuff
That's
in
so
Canberra when I
cute.
used to live. I remember times taking a break when I was, everything was going on and sitting down and watching reading a chapter of One Piece. So
And you're
One
like,
Piece is one of those things where like I can kind of remember different story beats and story arcs and events that happened at key moments in my life over the last 25
so
years.
which chapter were you reading when your son was born?
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that, because as soon as I said that, I thought someone's going to ask me and I'm not going to be able to
I was
recall
like,
it.
yes, I am going to name
had-
you Sanji after this chapter. Like that's
Yeah. Had some more pressing matters at the time.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I was actually
Oh, there we go.
One Piece tattoo. Nice.
Wholesome.
This is kind of.
see, I think
I was gonna quickly ask: are you guys? I don't know if you had this last year. Do you do the like hiring out board games / card games for people to just kind of sit
We
and
love the
play? Because we
library.
really
Well,
liked
Mike started doing that at PAX with you last year at PAX.
Yeah,
Danny.
it was really fun. Yeah, it was so
fun.
good.
we don't hire it out. We just have everything
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
there to play.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
just go up and
Oh,
be like,
that's
"I
good.
to play Mysterium."
You just go up and
Oh, I love
We work
that.
with, a
Okay,
few,
that's
like,
really cool.
few different sponsors at our tabletop space. So, yeah, that's like one of the things we like. Because,
Yeah.
it's expensive. Like, my partner's really into magic.
Yes.
I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot do this.
Mm.
Cosplay was so expensive. I can't
Farewell
even
money.
touch a card. I will
Yeah.
not do that. It's so true.
I feel the same. I want to get into Gundams, but that's another whole expensive hobby.
Oh
And I'm like,
my
nope, I have to
God.
just have cosplay or
Just
I
for
did
now.
Gundams. I can't have
choose.
both.
I ended up choosing figure collecting for a while. I've got a lot of them downstairs, but I have them here as well sometimes. I'm like, babies.
Oh,
But,
cute.
like-
Cute.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a
assuming
big
you're a
Miku
Miku fan then.
I've been a big Miku fan since the first
Okay.
Project Diva on PSP. I had a hacked
Aw.
PSP. We don't.
Oh, wow.
And I had it in high school, and I would take
Hey,
it to
The
like
good old
school.
days.
Very, very cringy, but
I used to do that stuff
yes,
too.
I do
So
a lot of
funny.
gaming. I'm,
Now,
I'm
just,
very different to Mo, and I do actually play games. I'm a gamer girl.
It's like I make time. I
time.
make time for it.
It just
I make
takes
the
like
time
a
for
really
it.
long
Yeah,
time
just-
because I am like, I got 100% this game on the hardest difficulty to prove something.
Oh,
that
right,
person.
right. I get you.
yeah, I think we both played Persona recently, Persona 3, and I went to play Persona 4. And I put it on.
Fantastic game.
I put it on very easy and just kind of went, yeah, cool. Like
Just enjoy
I'm here
it.
for the story.
I spent
Yeah.
all my social links were just the pretty girls.
Yeah.
I got the bad ending, and I'm like, yeah, cool, Vicky. I finished Persona 3. She's like, did you get all the social links? Are all social links maxed? Did you get all the achievements? Did you beat the optional boss? Did you get the? I'm like, no.
You're
No.
like-
He's like, no.
I
that's
got
not
the
how you
ones
play
that
it.
mattered
That's
to me, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I just finished my Merciless playthrough
Oh.
'cause I was like, I'm stuck at the optional boss.
Nice.
I have to beat it. It's So bad.
Now, just about Adelaide specifically, because there will be a lot of people coming in who aren't just locals to Adelaide, but just like Danny and I, we're going to be coming from interstate. This might be some people coming from overseas for this event. Is there anything that we should, because obviously, you know, we might land on a Thursday or the Friday before, you know, probably pop out on the Monday or Tuesday, maybe stay for a little while. Is there anything about Adelaide specifically that we should be looking forward to, or that we should look out for or avoid? Anything that you could tell us about Adelaide as locals?
Kind of funny.
I'm curious too.
We've got some pretty big balls.
We do. Actually, I think the thing is a lot of people don't think Adelaide has much going on. We have a lot of stuff going on, almost to a detriment, because we'll be like, let's plan something. And they'll be like, oh, actually, there's all these other things running on that day. So while you guys are here, there is a big cool festival happening called Illuminate, which is running all in the CBD. I think they have a few installations. It is crazy. It is like
It's really nice.
lit up displays. If you have a chance to go to the Botanic Gardens, you can really just walk through and be like, oh my god, you'll get lost there, and then you'll eventually end up at AVCon and be like, how did I get here?
All roads lead to AVCon. I know we have a Discord server at the moment that we have a lot of our AVCon partners and collaborators, and there was a lot of interstate people. So a couple of Adelaide members of the Discord started up a sort of like a Adelaide recommendations, and we kind of put the idea together, maybe compiling a lot of the information that was put in there into like a Adelaide guide for people attending AVCon from interstate or international.
That's cool.
I love all the food recommendations.
Yes.
Like, we're going to be accommodating
and
even near the Chinatown. So we're like, food.
Even for Adelaide locals, it's one of the things that, you know, even a lot of Adelaide locals probably haven't indulged in everything Adelaide has to offer. So I think we might look at sort of releasing our sort of AVCon's guide to Adelaide.
I think that would be fun.
That might be nice.
That'd be cute.
Actually, you know what people really like, and I don't, you know, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, whatever, is tell us where all the nerd stuff is. So where are the anime stores? Where are the gaming cafes? That's what we want to know.
I was about to say, all
luckily,
the nerdy stuff.
They are a major sponsor, so find your way to Rundle Mall in a big building called Rundle Mall Plaza. Go down the escalator and visit Shin Tokyo. That's the big anime store in Adelaide. It's been running back into maybe the early 2000s, late 90s maybe.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
They've been a long-standing supporter of AVCon.
This is the first AVCon. Like the first version of AVCon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
So check out Shin Tokyo. We have a lot of board game stores. So we have Good Game.
Oh, yeah. We have a lovely
what's
Good
on?
Game too. Yeah,
We
have
have
one here too.
A place called Tabletop Warfare is a big one.
Okay.
Definitely add to our list, because there's also so many.
Oof.
There's so many, like, what is it, Ichikuji? The like buy the tickets.
Ichiban-kujis, yeah.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Yep.
So many places that we have
Yes.
like a pop mart and everything. So if you are a Labubu fan, I'm not. I swear, I just talk about them a lot, guys.
Do that thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, I
talk about
believe you.
it
I believe
They
you.
are
That's okay.
They are addictive though.
I don't think I've heard anything from this girl in the last 24 hours, but Labubu.
I don't know if you're lying to me or not,
It's
Nolan.
so
But it's like,
popular.
here she hasn't talked about Labubu. Really? Yeah, sure. Oh dear.
I've heard there's some pretty cool places
Oh my
to
God,
get photos
yes.
as well. I had someone from Adelaide talking to me and being like, "Oh, I'm going to do this cosplay and I want to get it shot where the castles are." And I was like,
multiple
"There's castles in
That's the
Adelaide."
crazy
That would be
That's
the comprehensive guide. Oh, Danny, I've got an idea. We have to talk to you about it after this.
Photo
Yeah.
shoots.
Good idea. Good idea, Danny. Yeah.
The brain is cooking.
Our brains are cooking. I love this.
Do you choose the Japanese
Speaking of,
castle or the Western
yeah,
castle?
photos.
Exactly.
It's so cool. I love
That's
it.
something we do have. I'm sure they have it at other events, obviously, but photo walls this year. I think we're going to have 2 different photo walls at AVCon with different photographers doing photo
Awesome.
shoots
For free.
all weekend, and I believe Steam Kittens
love
is
it.
going to be there as well. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Steam Kittens is Adelaide based, isn't he? I'm pretty
It is,
sure.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Cool.
It's really cool. Yeah. I love the photo wall. Very talented.
It's always fun. They're always good fun,
Right?
those ones. It's great.
And that I
Yeah.
think operates even into after
Now,
dark.
we are...
Very long.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be good things to do it after, because after just sounds
Yeah.
like a party, which
You
is
get
going to
pictures
be
of your
just everyone
awesome
hanging out.
It is.
cosplays, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Looking
That
forward
would
to
be
it.
really cool.
Now, we are coming to the end of this episode. I don't know how an hour has gone by so quickly, but just before we start wrapping up, our lovely AVCon guests have also decided to assist us in a little giveaway for the event. So if you guys want to, let us know what's involved in this little giveaway of ours.
Wow. So we're giving away 2 of our gold passes to AVCon. So the gold pass is our VIP pass. It gives you early entrance. It gives you priority seating. Gives you some limited edition merchandise.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah. I think so. We might get you guys to put up a reel or a video.
Yeah. Well,
of this episode.
We literally just discussed this before the podcast about 5 minutes before, but I think what we'll do. So I wrote this down. So this episode today is May 19. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a post on Instagram with the AVCon team and JustBeCos, and all you guys have to do is quite literally make sure that you've followed both the AVCon pages and the JustBeCos Instagram pages, and quite literally comment just who you would want to bring along with you as your guest of honor as a part of the 2 gold passes. So just comment it and share it to your story. And that's all you need to do. We're gonna talk about the nitty gritty after we record this, but that's all we're gonna do. Yeah, just comment, share, and just make sure you follow both our pages, and you'll be in the running to do the draw. So we'll I think we might do a live draw. Danny and Moan and Vicky will be like, all right, guys, look at this little randomizer. We'll pull it out of the hat. So
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Something else I wanted to Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think my catchphrase was, I love it for this whole podcast. I think I said it like every minute.
I'm loving it.
But go on.
I thought I wanted to point out about AVCon very quickly. Obviously, we've talked a lot about the content. We've talked a lot about After Dark, which is our AVCon for adults. Don't get the wrong idea. This is a very family-friendly event. Something else that we are working on very hard this year is a special area for kids content. We're going to have Lego building. We're going to have board game suited for kids coloring. We're going to have some clay molding. We're going to have free face painting. We're going to have some story time reading.
Ooh.
And kids under 12 get in free to AVCon. So if you have kids or if you have a family,
get them started young.
Get
them started young.
Don't be afraid to
it is a very family-friendly event as long as it's
Yes.
As long as you don't come at night.
You won't be allowed to do that.
Family friendly, kids are free, kids love it, you can love it. Yeah. AVCon is a very family friendly event.
That's awesome.
The things you listed, I'm like, I like those things too. Maybe I should.
Yes. If you want to go into the kids area and make a clay statue and play with some Lego, you can as well. That's fine.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So, what's the dates of AVCon, guys? It's at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
Adelaide Showgrounds, 5th and 6th of July. Tickets available now at avcon.org.au. Please join our socials and Discord.
Thank you. I'm glad you picked up on doing the little plug because I didn't know all your details. That's great.
I like it.
Yeah, so we'll plug in all of those details in the description of this episode below if you're listening on Spotify, YouTube, or you're just getting the details off Instagram. But if you guys are going to AVCon, Danny and I are going to be there. Moan and Vicky are going to be there. We're all going to have a big party, both during the day and night time. So come and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. But Vicky and Moan, thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful special episode of the Just Because podcast. Did you enjoy your time chatting to us about anything?
It was actually really good.
Any time I get to sit down and talk about AVCon, I'm happy.
See, that's the passion. You can hear the passion running through you, Mo. It's great.
More passion.
That's awesome.
Passion.
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys.
Passion, guys.
And
yes, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining, and thanks to anyone who's listening in. Thanks for tuning in this far, and we will see you next week. Okay?
Next time.
See you next time. All right, everyone, wave. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.